Well, basically it will be up to the Italian president what happens then. I mean, certainly, officially it's not a vote of confidence, and so Silvio Berlusconi technically wouldn't have to step down if he doesn't secure this majority, but it may be taken out of his hands, because what would happen then is the Italian president would have the power to ask another political figure, a member of the opposition perhaps, to try and form a majority government, and if that were the case, Silvio Berlusconi would be pushed out. So there's a whole kind of plethora of possibilities and of outcomes should Silvio Berlusconi lose this, what is supposed to be a routine parliamentary vote. If he doesn't have the majority, it's going to be very difficult for him indeed to cling on to the Prime Minister's office. Manita.
CNN is reporting that Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi has offered to resign his position, this after losing his majority in Parliament. We'll take our second break. Sports is next. Welcome back. The storm surrounding the conviction of Pakistani cricket star Mohammad Asif and two of his compatriots for bribery charges has yet to die down, despite efforts by cricket authorities to capture now. It is back for a sport that is referred to as the clean game in the Gambia, though cricket officials are insisting players stay clean of the menace with the proper upbringing. Reports on the latest materials donated to the Gambia Cricket Association.
More odious truths, but with better partnerships spearheaded by the Gambian on the shoulders of these young boys who are the future of the game in the country. Their road to stardom might take longer, more odious truths, but with better partnerships spearheaded by the Gambian Cricket Association, such fears might never come true. The Cricket Association's long-standing commitment to producing quality youth products has seen them push for greater cooperation with partners both at home and abroad.
No end of commitment to the game of cricket. In fact, if it wasn't for probably Johnny's enthusiasm, I might have lost enthusiasm myself. But it was because of his enthusiasm, I could see what he was trying to do under very difficult circumstances, that I could see with a little bit of help, we could get somewhere. And we are getting somewhere.
Those partnerships are now bearing fruit. The latest receipt of this consignment of cricket training kits, including bats, helmets, and a large cricket mat, among other items from Success Cricket Over 50s, shows where the association is heading for in its development.
As I said, we've gone to Kerewan, we've gone to Farafenye. It's because of funds. We have gone to LRR, Soma, which we have gone to Janjambure and Basse, which is on the pipeline. If we get the finance or the funds, we intend to go out and start the game day for the end of the year.
With the association leading efforts to decentralize the sports in the country, the coming of the materials, according to members, is expected to strengthen that effort.
The materials are very important now because we have less materials for the past years. We've been crying out for help through our correspondent from England, and unfortunately, as Andrew has promised, so he has delivered the goods, the materials. We are very, very grateful, and it will be very, very much appreciated.
Brikama has become a good breeding ground for the harnessing of young talents in cricket. Accessing quality materials at a younger age has become an important issue for the Gambia Cricket Association, especially for those young players outside Banjul.
Brikama love sports. To be very honest, when I started training with them, especially the girls, we challenged the girls from Banjul here, the team that they are really defeated. that a boost. Because for the first time, we come out to win Banjul. Yeah, and we are not training. So when we started training, we have a girls team. We invited the team in Banjul here, and we defeated them.
They might be too young to sense the turbulent wind that is blowing apart international cricket in recent times. That is in reference to the chaotic aftershocks of the bribery scandals affecting Pakistani cricket. But in the pursuit of glory, these young cricketers will be aiming to reach stardom using the right lanes. Having bats and helmets will aid their upward progress. For Grts Sport, this is Babukar Senghor.
And from sports, we now shift our attention to the weather report courtesy of the Central Forecast Office.
The Gambia is endowed with a wonderful landscape full of baobab trees. Like its Cape Point in Bakau, it is one of the most exotic sceneries in the world. The baobab tree is a symbol of resilience, wisdom, and resourcefulness. For the baobab tree provides good food in times of hunger, rents its bark for medications, and its sap for glue. In the Gambia, there is a company like the baobab tree, 100% African and purely Gambian in all aspects, in know-how, design, value, capital, and management. That company is Elton. Elton, employing hundreds of Gambians and proudly associating itself with development in the Gambia. Elton, side by side with the Gambia.
And before we go, a reminder once again of our headline-making stories. The 1,000-odd Gambian pilgrims are looking forward to their homecoming after a hitch-free spiritual journey to Islam's holiest site. After the snags and numerous adjournments, the treasonal trial of former Information Minister Ahmad Skater Jane and 3 others is rumbling on. A Los Angeles court has found Michael Jackson's personal physician, Conrad Murray, guilty of involuntary manslaughter. An Italy scandal-prone prime minister today faced the ultimate battle in his political life. This after the cascading Eurozone debt crisis is threatening to engulf his country. You can also follow that story on our GRTS programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. This brings us to the end of this edition of the news. Thanks for keeping us company and do enjoy the rest of our programs.
Smaller. Borders become bridges. Oceans become opportunities. And any day becomes a good day to connect. Be it essential.